All right, we got Ash Crypto here posting this. Usually we see money drained from the crypto market, especially at this point in the cycle. But he is actually posting something positive here, guys. 80 billion has just been added to the crypto market today. And you guys are probably feeling the green day yesterday. Look at that. Most cryptocurrencies, this is just a screen grab from yesterday, but I think you guys get the gist. Bitcoin was up 4.76%. Ethereum was up over 7%. Even XRP was up almost 5%, just to kind of round off some of the top cryptocurrencies there. And even the term buy Bitcoin was at its highest level not seen since 2021. This coming from Lark Davis here. So I had to look this up for myself because generally, the masses don't really understand, the concept of buy low, sell high. Usually we do see buy Bitcoin when the market is higher than usual. But guys, take a look at this. February 2026, buy Bitcoin search term at 97. The last time we saw it close to that was August 2025 when it was at 96. And the time before that here, when we were at all-time highs, November 2021, the buy Bitcoin term was only at 43. So a far cry from today. Of course, we can see the Bitcoin chart on the hourly has been quite impressive, although we have seen a bit of a retracement now. So again, this is the Bitcoin chart on the hourly. We have now fully formed that inverted head and shoulders pattern. And guys, look at that, a clear breakup past critical levels here, blasting off to what looks like should be new all-time highs. Now, again, this is the 1 hour chart. So we have to put everything in context here. Next high to get up above is a critical level here, almost $71,000. It's actually in and around $70,900. If I were to put a price on there, $70,964 to be exact, at least on this particular chart. And guys, we're not there yet. Now, on the shorter time frame, making higher highs, that's a good sign. But again, like I say, this is critical. Should we count our lucky stars that Jane Street got sued? Well, guys, I'm going to get back to that. Fear and greed is now up to 16. I have not seen it up in a while, actually. Market cap is at 2.35 trillion. Average crypto RSI is moving towards overbought, but I think we just want to relish the green on the chart today. Even sentiment is saying, just 2 days after the crowd was bracing itself with a $60,000 retest, Bitcoin is now on the verge of returning back to $70,000. The bullish narrative has predictably returned. So guys, in this chart, you can see high blue spikes. That indicates major predictions of Bitcoin moving lower. So that was just last week. When retail sells, this is a good buy signal, and price typically bounces. High red spikes, though, indicate major predictions of Bitcoin moving higher. So this is what major FOMO buys and calls, it's what it's indicating here. Major FOMO buys and calls to go even higher. But what is really going to happen? This is really what we're here for, right? We don't want to guess based on what retail thinks. We want to actually know what's digit 10 theory in crypto. If you guys don't know what this is the 10 a.m. liquidity dumps. Okay, let me go through this for a second. For months, 10 a.m. meant one thing, the Jane Street dump. Yesterday, they got hit with an insider trading lawsuit. If you guys didn't catch the video I did on that yesterday, I will link it up here. Today at 10 a.m., Bitcoin rips higher instead. Is it a coincidence? And did this just change the game? So whoever created this, I've seen this now floating around Twitter X for the last few hours. Jane Street 10 a.m. sells have been circled here in red, and you guys can see the volume does coincide with those cells. And now that we have them under investigation, we've just seen the price move higher. So is there a correlation here, right? Is there something that is suggesting this was the reason for these dumps and this was the reason for manipulation? So the recent legal filing against Jane Street for alleged market manipulation in crypto and adoption has traders buzzing. Observers note that the daily 10 a.m. liquidity dumps paused immediately after the lawsuit went public. So, there's something to be said about this, I think, but let's keep reading. The lawsuit claims Jane Street used sophisticated algorithms and insider-level order flow data to front-run retail liquidations. Analysts tie this to the so-called digit 10 pattern. Major events like the Luna crash on May 10th, 2022, which wiped out about $40 billion, by the way, the $19 billion liquidation on October the 10th, 2025, and the recurring 10 a.m. daily dumps dubbed the Jane Widow. Institutional tactics. So, is this what we're seeing, guys? Is the manipulation going to stop? Well, Hold on a second. Wall Street and the big whales hate the little guys. This is coming from Nick Crypto Crusader. They want to see you and I experience financial ruin. Why? Because it benefits them greatly. They make money while the little guys suffer. Remember 2008? I don't know who was here for 2008. Maybe you're too young to remember that. In terms of, in an economic financial context, you remember it, right? Banks got bailed out while retail got wiped out. Jane Street is just another example of a much larger issue. So 2008, if you remember that was big. But this Jane Street thing, this is a much bigger issue. If you think they are the only ones manipulating markets and causing retail to lose massive amounts of money, you have a lot to learn. So in other words, guys, it's not just Jane Street. We have to be paying attention to other factors. And this big pump, some analysts are suggesting that it is just a coincidence and are actually predicting the opposite, that this could mean more liquidations are coming once more is revealed. So when I put Bitcoin on the daily chart, and I saved this for this part of the video because, we were seeing everything great on the 1 hour. On the daily chart, Bitcoin is still technically trending downward, and even today we're starting off lower. So yeah, we did get a nice big pump yesterday, but on the daily chart, guys, this is still just trending in the same direction, downward. And we could see some more momentum to the upside, but it looks like all that volume has died off. People have been writing articles about this on Twitter, X, and elsewhere. Dave Weisberger did comment on this. Okay, I'm not going to read this full article, but I will link it in the description for you. Jane Street allegations reopened fears of market manipulation and memories of 10/10, which was October 10th, 2025. So he talks about the $40 billion liquidation in 2022, also discusses the 10 a.m. bumps. Okay, so, what's the narrative now? He asks up here, October 10th, 2025, a day that will live in infamy for anyone still clinging to it was just a glitch narrative. $19 billion in total crypto liquidations, over $5 billion in Bitcoin alone. Alts got vaporized 20 to 70%, the greatest mass liquidation event in history. The mainstream spin, Binance glitch, tariff cycle theory, and he says this is all BS. It was a momentum ignition attack, pure sophisticated market manipulation executed at the single most flammable moment possible, a classic Wall Street tactic dressed in crypto clothing. One that exploited the structural mismatch between spot and perpetual future liquidity, like a sniper hitting the exact pressure point. So then he breaks it down. Phase 1, the setup, nervous markets, and thermite everywhere. So I'm not going to go in this again in detail, but this is a good read. I do suggest you read it if you're interested. Phase 2, the quiet build. So the basis setup. This wasn't a retail trader rage selling. The attacks had been positioned for weeks or longer. So apparently this had been set up for quite a long time. Then there was phase 3, the ignition, smash the thin spot liquidity. That's when the liquidity mismatch was weaponized. Phase 4, the cascading effect. So perps followed the liquidation explosion. As you guys probably remember from the charts here, we did see that cascading effect. You can probably see it better on the XRP chart here. Essentially what he's saying, guys, yeah, look at that long candlestick down there. Remember when we wicked all the way down to these levels in here, $1.58. Then XRP rebounded back up to about $2.64. But guys, this was coordinated, this was prepared, and then eventually the crypto market just kind of cascaded from there. So I will, again, I'll link this in the description of the video for you. I'm going to read this, though. The hard reality, real cooperation is now non-negotiable. The lesson is brutal but simple. Buy spot, hold spot, ignore the casino noise. Perps are for trading, spot is for saving. But preventing the next engineered $19 billion bloodbath requires more than lessons. It requires infrastructure. Well, I let my Patreon subscribers know when I was selling out 35% of my Bitcoin. You guys can see the post. You guys can see the date of the post on the Patreon. I sold right up here. I believe it was October 4th or 5th at 125. What I did was, and I'm going to say, full disclosure, it was only 35%. I eventually cost averaged out of my Bitcoin at about $104,000. So I did get out with massive profits still. But I could see the writing was on the wall back over $120,000. It was right in and around here where I thought to myself, this first move to the upside. So this was Sunday, October the 5th. Or maybe it was the 4th. I'm in a different time zone at the moment from when I did sell, so maybe my chart is messed up here. But regardless, it was the first time Bitcoin hit $125,000. right up here, and I thought to myself, okay, we're going to see a retracement. I think if it goes down, we're going to retrace back up, and I'm going to sell 35% at 125,000. So I sold the very next day, and then sure enough, the rest was history. Again, only 35%, but my Patreon subscribers knew first. Eventually, I did cost average out at $104,000, a far cry from where we are today, boy. There's another article here about Jane Street that I'm not going to read for you, but I will link into the description anyway. Just gives you guys some more context on, the things we have to look for as retail traders, because they're not going to let us know. I had a feeling we were going to start bottoming after this, and if you guys remember that time, everybody was like, no, it's going to go higher, Remember, everybody was putting the blockchain backer on blast? He was right. The whole of market op could be synthetically caused by the Jane Street insider allegations, where various crypto analysts said they observed the 10 a.m. crypto dump and all of a sudden it stopped. So here are some opposing views, okay? This one coming from Vincent Van Code. This led to speculation that Jane Street were dumping the market and profiting from it. While I'm not denying these practices, I think this is just a knee-jerk reaction. Broader economic and geopolitical events are still weighing down. And the Van Code AI, so Vincent Van Code has created an artificial intelligence, has not signaled a bullish strong-term reversal across XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. So guys, we just, here it is. We know what we know in the moment. When in doubt, zoom out. You guys remember that. When we take a look at other cryptocurrencies like XRP, we're seeing the exact same things on the XRP chart, a big move to the upside, now a violent retracement down. Are we going to be able to maintain these levels? Well, that's still yet to be determined. Here's another one, Benjamin Cowan, saying, Bitcoin price action is not a manipulated conspiracy. Bitcoin has literally pumped into early March in every single midterm year. So notice that too. Basically bear years, Bitcoin has pumped into early March. So I'm going to bring the chart back here on the, we'll throw it on the daily. And this is, again, the Bitcoin chart. Going to remove some of that and going to show you guys what I mean about Bitcoin pumping into March. So let's go back to 2018 first. Bitcoin pumping into early March. So around this time, late February, we were seeing, where was it here? It was right in here. Okay, so this was February, late February, pumping into March. Boom, boom, we hit that double top. And then finally by early March, we did see this thing come back down significantly. Okay, so there's one instance of leading up into the midterm elections where Bitcoin pumped into early March. Let's go to 2022 here. And 2022 would have been the next time. So where are we here? March 20, so it'd be late February. Okay, so February right in here. Late February started kind of in here. We saw a bit of a pump up here, and then this is a little bit lagging. So this is coming into March. Finally, after March, guys, not only did Bitcoin retrace, it went lower than those former highs. So take a look at this. Bitcoin also went lower, right, than former highs. Throughout the year, Bitcoin went lower than former highs throughout the year. And again, this is a midterm year. So what are we going to see on this chart? We could, in fact, see Bitcoin move higher, but ultimately, we're expecting maybe lower lows, guys. Everybody's looking at the Jane Street situation for manipulating the market. As soon as those books get open, this opens a world of hurt for other market makers. So another interesting point, whether you agree with him or not, this is from Dark Horse. Be careful what you wish for. This could crash the market further as market makers start looking at their current actions and review their approaches. Those maintaining markets could literally stop. Some of the tokens are so illiquid, without a strong touch from a market maker, they would collapse in price value instantly. This could be very, very interesting. I got to say, a great point here. This could lead to other market makers being investigated. And guys, you know what that means? If they're not providing liquidity for some of these, for some of these smaller cryptocurrencies, that could create another cascading effect. Ted Pillow's also commenting $139 million in Bitcoin sell orders have just been placed between $69,000 and $75,000. So this is the BTC order book. Guys, we've got sell orders coming on Bitcoin too. And what is that zone in there that he's saying? $69,000 to $75,000. That would bring us somewhere in and around here, 69-ish to 75. So That is the zone that we're looking at for sell orders. I mean, it does make sense. We'd be getting up before that next level, which would be around somewhere in here. Sellers are looking to take profits. So, do you guys think the market's going up, or do you think it's going down? We know we're trading in a spec market, so cryptocurrencies like XRP are following Bitcoin still. If you guys want to see what I'm doing, my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.